Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Welcome to another episode of AP Reacts, ladies and gentlemen. And this is just a little break that we take during the week to break off the doom and gloom. So hopefully you'll have a little bit of fun. This will be a little entertaining. And before I start, of course, I have to inform you that this afternoon we will have a live stream at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So hope to see you there. Let's get started. Look at this. Those look like little donuts. Have any of you ever done that? I remember a really long time ago when I still used to live in Michigan, not too long after my wife and I were married. We went to the beach once to have a little beach outing, and I was in charge of the grilling. Well, I was using charcoal. And here I am getting the charcoal all lit up and everything and getting ready to put some burgers on the grill. And I remember that I was barefoot. I didn't have any sandals on or shoes or nothing. I was barefoot. And I remember feeling something under my foot and wondering what it was, not wanting to look down. I just pressed down with my foot as hard as I could. And after about 5 seconds of pressing down, I realized that I was pressing down on a piece of charcoal that was cherry red. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it took weeks for that burn to heal, and I've never, ever done that again.
Why is there a statue of a Soviet leader in one of Seattle's most popular neighborhoods? That is Vladimir Lenin, a Soviet leader responsible for the deaths of millions of people. So naturally, his 16-foot bronze statue raises some eyebrows. The statue first appeared in Washington in 1993 in Louis Carpenter's backyard. He purchased it while traveling Slovakia after the collapse of the Soviet Union and learned the statue was going to be melted down. He purchased it for $13,000 and then paid almost double that to have the 7-ton statue disassembled and shipped to the United States. So, is it an ode to communism? Actually not. Carpenter didn't like communism or Lenin, but he said that just because you want to destroy something doesn't mean it didn't happen. And unlike most Lenin statues, which showed him in a positive light, the sculptor depicted him in a less flattering manner. When Carpenter passed away, his family had the statue kept on private property here in Fremont, where it's been for the last 30 years. Today, the statue gets defaced, dressed up, covered in Christmas lights, and Lenin's hand is even painted red as a reminder of the atrocities of communism.
What do you think about that, ladies and gentlemen? I actually happen to agree that we should not destroy history. It's because we need to remember history for both good and bad. Just like the statue of Lenin here up there in Washington, still stands, it's a good thing because children will ask, who is that? And it's a great teaching tool for the young. But not only that, it's a great tool to remind us of what not to do as humanity. Now, this is just pretty funny, so I hope that you enjoy it.
Hey, you made it.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was just grabbing a toy for your dog. Are you ready to go?
Should we take my car? I don't want him to get your seats dirty.
Oh, you're good. I already put towels down for him and everything.
Are you taking notes?
Nice of you to plan a picnic so Oliver could come.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, shoot. Forgot to bring water.
Water for Oliver? I got you covered.
Thanks for the nice time.
Yeah, of course. What about a second date? I'll bring a date for Oliver as well.
I love you.
This guy was on his A game, and I'm actually looking forward to part 3 where he brings a date for Oliver. Now, I find that this short here is a good opportunity to teach your children why it is that the system by which we're governed financially, that is, will never work for us. It's a system to keep the people poor, and this gentleman here explains it pretty well.
The reason banks are not safe is because they don't hold on to your money. They're doing what you should be doing for yourself, which is investing and multiplying your money. So these guys, they come take your money, they fractionalize it, they lose it all, they go on a bank run, they say, oops, well, you're FDIC insured covered, but then you actually read what FDIC insurance is, and it's based on the faith and good credit of the United States of America. That's what your money's insured by.
Now, this is where banks are socialists and the citizens are capitalists, meaning that in capitalism, you're allowed to fail and or to succeed. And in socialism, someone's actually allowing you to fail, but propping you up. Pretty much allowing you not to produce and still taking care of you with other people's production, right? Taking from some to give to others. Well, when we fail out here, we're under a capitalist system, which allows us to fail, go bankrupt, lose our homes, lose our cars, lose our jobs, etc. But the banks that have our money ideally in them. When they fail, they get their money back at our expense. So that's why I say that the banking system is a socialist system, whereas the free market system, the real free market system, where businesses are allowed to fail and succeed, that's true capitalism. And when you allow businesses to fail and succeed on their own without government taking from some to give to them, then that's a true free market, and everyone will be better off because of it. That's my opinion, of course. And this next one is a great example of why Americans don't trust the media. Just listen to this for yourself.
This is what an AR-15 sounds like. General Mark Hurtling served in the U.S. Army for 30
Now, when he said that this gentleman is a general or a retired general from the Army, I was like, did he ever fire a rifle when he was in the Army? Not an AR-15, but an M16 and M4, etc. Because the way he was holding it, well, they talk about it here a little bit, but it's like, it doesn't look like he has too much experience firing a rifle for being a general.
37 years. So he knows what the AR-15, which used to be a weapon of war, can do.
So the AR-15 has never been in war. But can we talk about something more important here? This guy says he's been in the Army for 37 years. You tell me that a soldier that's been in the Army for 37 years holds a rifle like that. He looks like he's a virgin, like it's his first time.
Originally built for the battlefield, a defining characteristic of the AR-15 is the speed and power of the bullet.
If I wanted to fire this on full semi-automatic, all I do is keep firing.
Okay, now I know for sure he was never in the Army. Nobody ever says full semi-automatic unless you're trying to push some propaganda. Nobody in the Army says full semi-automatic. Come on.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's 100% correct. Actually, there's no such thing as full semi-automatic, right? And there's never ever been an AR-15 in the Army. The closest thing to an AR-15 that the Army has, at least when I was in there, was an M16 or an M4 on single fire rate, or on single rate of fire, meaning that every time that you press the trigger, a round goes down range. That's it. In the military, there isn't even full auto in your M16s and M4. They don't even have full auto, unless they still have some of the dinosaur M16s and M4 carbines that they had back then that were the A1s, right? Those had full auto, but right now what they have, at least when I left a few years back, was 3-round bursts. So there's not even full auto in the rifles that they have in the Army now, except for 3-round bursts. Now they have full auto in your 240 Bravos and your 249s. Those are full auto. And your 50 cals, yes, those are full auto machine guns, all right? Not rifles.
How much money can be found in a wishing well? You'd be surprised at the staggering amount of money people toss into the world's most popular fountain of this kind each year. The Fontana di Trevi, located in Italy's center of Rome, has been a beacon for wish-making since its completion in 1762. Today, millions of tourists visiting this iconic spot uphold the tradition, contributing to its lore. Collected twice a week by volunteers from Caritas, the coins are then utilized to fund a food bank, soup kitchens, and other worthy projects. In 2022, the total amount retrieved from the fountain reached almost $1.5 million, a figure that continues to grow annually.
That's pretty awesome, ladies and gentlemen, that they take the money from that and donate it to charity. And I started almost laughing here in the middle of this take because I was thinking to myself, man, that would be an awesome way to fund government. And then I was like, man, no, forget it. Forget it, because if we were to do that to fund government, we would need a wishing well like the size of the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean or something like that. Let's say the Pacific Ocean because it's the deepest, all right? So I take that back. And this next video here is a video that I like to watch on a daily basis. Not the exact video, but videos like it. Now look, ladies and gentlemen, some people get upset when I'll call them content creators, okay? But we're just people. But when we use a platform like YouTube, let's say, to show that we do charity. And some people get upset because of that, and they say, you're never supposed to show, you doing charity. That's not right, right? And this is what I say. There are so many videos out there of people showing themselves doing charity onto others that really need it. And some people have actually built, like, I think this is this, I thought this was Just Nate, but it's not. There's another channel. But there's other channels like Just Nate, like Jimmy Darts, another channel. I forget the name of the other ones, but where they do a lot of good on video, they get a lot of views, they earn a lot of revenue, and then they take that revenue, they turn it around, and they help even more people with it. I don't see anything wrong with using a platform such as this in order to earn money from videos that you're doing charity, to then take that money that you earned and do even more charity. I think it's a great thing.
Hey, how much gas did you want?
$20.
$20?
Can't find my money, so I don't know if I could do it.
You can't find your money?
Thank you anyway. No, it's okay.
Do you want regular or
Regular.
Regular? Okay, just a minute. She's gonna start freaking out that why am I putting so much gas? Because she can't even find her money. You found it?
Yeah.
I
only wanted $20.
You only wanted 20? I filled it up.
Okay, but
Just
I can't
gonna...
pay that.
Sorry?
I said $20.
You said $20?
Yeah.
Guess what? I wanted to pay for your entire gas.
Why?
This is completely on me. You okay? I don't work here. I just wanted to give back to you. Just promise you're gonna have a wonderful week.
My dad died, so that's why I'm really stressed.
I guess he was watching over you today.
Don't stop doing good things. And if you're doing something like this where you're using the proceeds to pay it forward, I say keep on doing it, because people out there are in need. And if you can use a platform like this to help even more, there's nothing wrong with it. Not in my opinion, at least. And for the second to last one, let me remind you all that for our last video, what we do is we scroll down from our last video, this one here, we scroll one down and see what it is. So it's going to be a surprise. I haven't seen that video before. And if it's family friendly, I will leave it up. If not, I will scroll down to the next one until I find one that's family friendly, because some of them are not. And this here video is an example of what parents should be doing every day and everywhere.
Come over here. Come over here. Excuse me. These are my kids right here. Okay. They came in here and they stole. I apologize. They coming in here and return the stuff that they just stole.
Okay.
And if you ever see them in here again, please kick them out.
Okay.
Or even call the police on them.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My big manager is right there.
Come on, go. I'll take it back and tell her you apologize.
Imagine how many businesses would stay in California if we had fathers like this, or mothers like this. But instead, they're all leaving.
No, he was still in them. I found out he come to return them.
Okay.
If you ever see him in here again, can you please kick him out?
Okay.
Without no parents? Apologize. Apologize. Thank you.
Amen. I say good job too. All right, let's see what our surprise video is.
A company that sells stationary bikes for a living is trying to silence Robert Kennedy Jr.
He had Robert Kennedy Jr. on his show, and an advertiser called and told him, "You're not posting that podcast, take it down." It was Peloton. Barry McCarthy is the CEO of Peloton. Imagine that dork calling you and telling you that you can't have Robert Kennedy. Who the are you, Barry McCarthy? We're throwing the Pelotons in the garbage. We're throwing them out of the UFC gym.
A company that's...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that this was such a good video to end the show with, because it's such an important message that if we stand up to these big corporations, if we stand up to these oligarchs, that we together will make a difference. So if you heard a few flat spots there on the voice of him speaking, is because I went ahead and flattened out a few of the words that are not family friendly, but the message is true. Thank you very much for joining in for this episode of AP Reacts, shutting down some of the gloom and doom. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.